There were moments when the outcome was uncertain. You faced resistance, doubt, and delays that tested your patience. Yet you continued moving forward when it would have been easier to stop. Now the results are clear. You overcame the obstacles. You stayed committed to the process. And what once seemed distant is now your reality. This victory represents more than success. It represents resilience. You endured what many people could not. There were seasons when the pressure seemed unbearable, when opposition surrounded you, when voices of doubt tried to convince you that your journey was already over before it truly began. Yet here you stand, not because the road was easy and not because the storms were gentle, but because you refused to surrender. The forces that rose against you could not defeat you. The schemes designed to derail you could not stop you. And even those who misunderstood you, the ones that tried to work against you, could not determine your ending. You prevailed. And the reason is simple. Through every trial, you refused to abandon your faith. When life became difficult, you did not abandon the Most High God, Jesus Christ. When confusion surrounded you, you didn't abandon your purpose. And most importantly, you did not abandon yourself. Through the struggle, you discovered something priceless. You discovered who you truly are. And today you stand with a clarity that many people spend their entire life searching for. You know your worth. You know your strengths. You know the power that's entrusted to you. You are no longer allowing the opinions of others to define you. You listen when wisdom speaks, and you're humble enough to accept correction when it is sincere. But you also possess the discernment to recognize when criticism is merely the voice of jealousy disguised as advice. The old games no longer work on you. Manipulation no longer reaches you. Deception no longer fools you. The traps that once confused you are now clearly visible. Your discernment has become razor sharp. You understand who belongs in your life and who doesn't. You understand what strengthens your path and what quietly seeks to destroy it. And because of this wisdom, your life is now guarded with intention. You would rather walk freely in your truth than live imprisoned in someone else's expectations. You would rather be authentic and misunderstood than admired for a version of yourself that was never real. And strangely enough, this courage unsettles most people. Not because you have harmed them, but because your freedom reminds them of the chains that they still carry. Many people wish that they possessed the courage to live as honestly as you do. Yet, while some resent it, others quietly admire it. More people are watching you than you realize. They see your discipline. They see the consistency. They see the quiet strength with which you carry yourself. And slowly they are beginning to understand something. Your life has become a blueprint. Not because you sought attention, but because you chose integrity. Your victory did not come from defeating others. It came from mastering yourself. And every day you rise with gratitude for the person that you've become. You're not perfect, but you are honest. You're not flawless, but you are faithful. And that kind of victory cannot be taken from you. I'd like to end this message off with a parable. There was a man who planted a small tree in harsh soil. The ground was rocky, the winds were strong, and many people laughed and told him the tree would never grow there. The tree struggled through storms, droughts, and bitter winters. Its branches bent, its leaves fell many times. Years passed and its roots continued to dig deeper into the earth. One day, travelers began stopping in that place to rest beneath its shade. The very tree that people once mocked had become the strongest tree for miles. And those who laughed in the beginning now wondered how it had survived where nothing else could. They did not realize the truth. The harsh soil had forced its roots to grow deeper than any other tree. The lesson? Adversity does not destroy a person who remains faithful to their purpose. It actually strengthens them. The struggles meant to break you often become the very reason you become unshakable. And in time, the same people who doubted your survival may one day stand quietly in the shade of the strength that you built. And that's it for this message. I'd like to thank everyone who made it to the end of the video. I'm truly honored by your support. If this message resonated with you at all, please consider dropping a comment, giving me some feedback, hitting the like button, and subscribing. It's been Chris and Nisty, and until next time, take care and have a good one.